Schwarzenegger suggested Californians could ease its crowded prison system, half of their system's full of illegal aliens, by sending thousands of undocumented inmates to specially built jails in Mexico. And then he goes on to say that California would pay for the prisons. Well, they're already set up a North American hemispheric ID card that you can get right now. They're already merging the security and police apparatus. This was talked about in the SPP documents from 2007, 2006, and 5. And so how about we take the illegal aliens and bus them up to the border and order the Mexicans to take them? See, the criminals in Mexico, the people fleeing, the bank robbers, the murderers, the rapists, the arsonists, the crazies. Imagine if Mexico would take all U.S. criminals. People would then run to Mexico. And in the past, gringos could run down to Mexico, and that's where criminals went. Well, it's the same thing. And that's what's happening, is that all these criminals and others are coming up here, and then we have to pay for it. And we also have to get mugged and killed and robbed and looted. And every major Californian city is a sanctuary city like Austin, Texas. They don't get arrested for DWI. They don't get arrested for no ID. They're told, leave it alone. But citizens are thrown to the wolves. Citizens are arrested. I mean, our city's completely lawless. Speaking to reporters at the Sacramento Press Club, Schwarzenegger said California could ease its strained finance by billions of dollars if 20,000 illegal immigrants currently held in the state were housed across the border. I think we can do some better if the prison system alone, if we can go and take inmates, for instance, 20,000 inmates that are illegal immigrants that are held here and get them to Mexico. Think about it. Think about it. If California gives Mexico the money, not, hey, you take care of them, these are your citizens. No, not at all. I mean, it's just, the guy's retarded. I mean, I'm sorry. We pay them to build the prison down in Mexico. And then we have those undocumented immigrants down there in prison. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen. It would half the cost to build the prison and run the prison. We could save $1 billion, right? That could go into higher education. Yes, brainwash the kids more. That's what we need. The more money they spend, the dumber they get. So, I mean, that's just the type of crud. We don't dare ship illegal criminals out. No. I mean, instantly, they could say, we're not accepting your consular matriculars. We're not letting your illegals wire 50-plus billion home a year if you don't take criminals and pay for it yourself. But the globalists love butchering America, so they're going to continue to let the entire third world criminal mass move here. And then you're going to vote for more police, and then they're going to be there to feed off you and write you tickets. And if they pull an illegal over by accident, just go ahead and go. You can go ahead and go now. Already mentioned airlines suffered record drop in traffic in 2009 because of the naked body scanners and other things. People are sick of it. Dying news media looks to Apple tablet for hope. They think now that because they'll have an Apple tablet that people carry around, that suddenly they're going to want to read the mainstream newspapers or subscribe. Well, that is disproven by this little gem that I want to spend some more time on. Then I'm going to get some news I haven't gotten to yet. Give me a close shot on this document cam. After 3 months, only 35 subscriptions for Newsday website. Again, another giant hoax is that the newspapers are falling apart because of the internet. No, that's a small part of it. It's because people are sick of you and your distortions, and they don't want to support you. There are alternative newspapers doing gangbusters. People will pay for something they trust, for something that's informative. They will not pay for crud. People will pay for a PrisonPlanet.tv membership. They get all the films, my book, Watson's book, the live streaming TV show. They understand what this costs. They know what we're doing. They want to support us. They know what we're doing is good. They are not going to support you. 35 subscribers. Newsday is gigantic. I mean, I haven't looked at the statistics, but it's got to be in the top 15 or so media outlets in the country. I know it's the biggest thing in New York, the third most populous state. I mean, it is just giant. And they can't get 35 subscriptions. They've got thousands of employees. You'd think they'd want subscriptions to be able to read what's on there. I guess they already get them. 35. I mean, that is incredible. And by the way, Newsday is one of the better mainstream publications. I mean, they exposed how the CPS was taking kids in New York and giving them to chemical firms to test pesticides on them until they killed them. That was 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, I've actually seen some good reporting on a Newsday. So, I mean, it's overall not a good thing, though, that the newspapers are completely imploding, because the government's saying they're going to come in now with government information and government newspapers and government sites and government bailouts, i.e. taking over the newspapers. In late October, Newsday, the Long Island Daily, that the Dolans bought for $650 million, put its website, Newsday.com, behind a paywall. The paper was one of the first non-business newspapers to take the plunge by putting up a paywall. So, in media circles, it has been followed with interest. Could its fate be a sign of what others, including the New York Times, might expect? The New York Times has done okay with subscription. They have a part of their stuff subscription. That's the way to do it. And I discovered all this instinctively. I just thought, I want to give everything away for free, but I can't afford it. So we'll have premium stuff for people that will pay. But I wanted to just get out to people, so we were successful because we have the big audience. So 3 months later, how many people have signed up to pay $5 a week or $260 a year to get unfettered access to Newsday? Well, I mean, Newsday, these executives know nothing. People will not pay $260 for your newspaper. If it was $5.95 for a year, you would have gotten probably 10,000 members. If you would have made it simple to do, where somebody just got a membership off their cell phone by texting and then they get the code back. We're trying to move to that. I mean, believe me, I know how to innovate. I could, if I could just get my basic management going and get the funding, and I mean, the sky's the limit if plans I had 3 years ago would have been launched. I mean, it is, and I'm not complaining. It's just hard to manage things, especially when you're working all the time. I'm on Russia Today, radio interviews, just endless work. Got to see my family. But I know what to implement for us to even be, we're kicking their butt. But I mean, I could just annihilate them if I would have made myself 3-4 years ago, crack the whip and do what I needed to be done. But I don't like expanding. I don't like having to hustle for more money to fund myself. But I know that is what must be done if we're really going to beat these people. But Newsday, here's a message. Make it $4, $5, no more than $10. People might subscribe. I forgot to turn my phone off, guys. It's in here ding-donging. Here, let me see who's calling. I'll answer it on air. I have no idea who this is. Here, let's see who it is. Hello? Who's this? Dean Haglin. I thought I needed to answer the phone. I'm live on the radio, bro. Yeah, no, I added an hour to the show about a year ago. Sure. Hey, what's going on, bro? Absolutely. I'd like to have you in studio if you're coming to town. What do we have open on Friday, producers? It's funny. I never answer calls on air. One time Charlie Sheen called me, and I answered it on air. But what time? Hey, how about you come in for an hour on Friday? Well, listen. Let me hand the phone off to Jaron or Matt Ryan or one of my producers, and then we'll give you our new address. And let me get you in studio, man. Take care, buddy. Don't hang up. Here's Jaron. Here's Jaron Neihart. Thanks. That's funny. Dean Haglin, star of X-Files and Lone Gunman and a lot of other movies and films. Remember, he came and told us about how the CIA was telling him what to do in their scripts. They ran 6 months before 9/11 a piece on the Lone Gunman, where the government hijacks a plane to fly to the World Trade Center to get martial law and attack Afghanistan. And they use drills to make NORAD stand down and the rest of the military to stand down during the attack, because the rest of the military obviously doesn't know it's a staged event. And the good old CIA just wanted the people to hear that. What is their problem? They're psychopaths. They like to throw this in your face. Maybe that could be a new thing where I just have the phone here and we like patch it into the microphones and make calls. Hold on. Hey, yeah, what's up? I could really multitask. You know, we're already setting up guests on air and already doing research on air. I mean, you get to see the sausage making here. You get to see the blood, the guts, the whole process here, or the candy making or the wine making, stomping on the grapes, whatever parallel analogy that you want to use. Okay, let me get into real news blitzing now. I got stuck on that. Man, there is so much here. So much here. Where's that key stack? I had a key stack. Oh, here it is. This happened a few days ago. Paul Watson wrote about it yesterday. Potential false flag to be blamed on Muslims foiled. Prison Planet